Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. I hope everybody, if you're on the East Coast or experiencing the heat wave, man, I hope you are warm. It is hot as the devil over these next 10 weeks. We're going to be going 10 days in a row, 90 plus degree days, 10 days in a row. And we're getting ready to hit the upper 90s. I think we even got a 99-degree day. So I hope wherever you are, if you're going through the heat wave, you are cool. Keep yourself cool and check on your elders. Because it is roasting around this country right now. So we're going to talk about Joe Biden trying to fast track citizenship for 500,000 illegals. And you can best believe this is one of many times he's going to be doing this. You know, their poor birth rates are now leading them to doing this. This is not an alternative, y'all, because one thing about an illegal, they can hop that fence and go right back home anytime they're good and ready. And many of them are already whining about how expensive it is here in America. And they can't even, with their jobs, they're not making any money. So if they feel they're not getting anything, oh yeah, they gonna be the hell up on out of here. And so that's not gonna do very much for your birth rate. I'm just saying. How you doing, True Royal? It's good to see everybody in the chat. All right, let me go ahead and share my screen. But I don't think any of us should be surprised that Joe Biden is doing this. It's to be expected, for real. You know, this is the end goal. But see, you know what, y'all? It goes back to what we were saying. They don't do nothing for us, but they do specific things for other groups. And they keep meeting us with this garbage about what we do for everybody. It helped black people too. Yet why aren't you telling these immigrants that? Why aren't you telling them what you do for everybody is going to help the immigrants too? All right, you only say that to us. And that's a problem. That is a huge problem right there. So we once again see them doing something specifically for one group, and it's these immigrants, these illegals. So when you come back with that, oh, well, what we do for everybody that impacts black, this is why you are getting met with people saying they're not voting anymore. See, the bottom line is it just goes to show you they don't have a good strategy to come back at us when we say these things. See, they want all the stuff they have said in the past to still work, and it's simply not going to work, y'all. It ain't working, and it will never work. And that is the bottom line. So let's get into this story. Ladies and gentlemen, 500,000 immigrants could eventually get U.S. citizenship under a sweeping new plan from Biden. Isn't it amazing? He can't do an executive order for our reparations, but he can do an executive order for this. Unbelievable. President Joe Biden ordered expansive election year action Tuesday to offer potential citizenship to hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants without legal status in the U.S., aiming to balance his recent aggressive crackdown on the southern border that enraged advocates and many Democratic lawmakers. The president announced that his administration will in the coming months allow certain U.S. citizen spouses without legal status to apply for permanent residency and eventually citizenship without having to first depart the country. The action by Biden as Democrats could affect upwards of 500,000 immigrants, according to a senior administration official. See, it goes back to everybody saying they want to make sure these illegals can vote. Well, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. Now, by the time November 5th come, if he gives them citizenship from a stroke of a pen, they will be able to vote. And this was the end goal right here. The Statue of Liberty is not some relic of American history. It stands for who we are, Biden said from a crowded East Room at the White House. So he had all these advocates and Democrats and illegals all up there at the White House. Now, don't you have to go through security clearance to get into the White House? But you notice they got these immigrants up there, and we know they throw away their ID before they come in this country. So they are undocumented. So, anyway, so he had these people up at the White House. But I also refuse to believe that for us to continue to be America that embraces immigration, we have to give up securing our border. They're false choices. Biden's action, which amount to the most expansive federal protection for immigrants over a decade, sets up a significant political contrast with presumptive GOP president nominee Donald Trump. Do you know Donald Trump is losing ground, y'all? You know, he was up in the polls for a long time, but after his conviction, a lot of his support is falling off now. Now, it could be temporary, or this could be a permanent thing, but there's a lot of people that ain't feeling Donald Trump after his conviction. I don't know if any of you been watching the news. I have. So anyway, getting back to this, whose headline stance on immigration, that's Donald Trump, includes a push for mass deportation and rhetoric casting migrants as dangerous criminals poisoning the blood of America. So, yes, so Biden could be doing this, but Donald Trump can come in office and undo it. So on Tuesday, Biden accused my predecessor of preying on the fears of immigrants as he chastised the Trump administration moves, such as zero tolerance policy at the southern border that led to the separation of families. And y'all remember, Donald Trump did not care that their families were being separated. He said it's a deterrent. He didn't care. But see, y'all know, and maybe you don't know, they paid the migrants that got separated. They got a reparations for it. I'm just saying. But Trump has leaned into his own policies as Biden has faced disapproval of his handling of the immigration throughout his presidency. At a rally in Racine, Wisconsin on Tuesday, Trump proclaimed, "When I'm reelected, Joe Biden's illegal amnesty plan will be ripped up and thrown out on the very first day that we're back in office." That's why I'm saying everything Joe Biden is doing now, if Trump get back in office, he's going to undo it. Because the shadow of a second Trump administration looms over Biden's new policy, Tuesday's action will set off a long month's sprint by Latino organizations to get as many people to apply for the program as possible before next January. To qualify for Biden's action, an immigrant must live in the United States for at least 10 years, be married to a U.S. citizen, both as of Monday. If qualifying immigrants' applications are approved, he or she will have 3 years to apply for a green card and receive a temporary work permit and be shielded from deportation in the meantime. About 50,000 non-citizen children with parents who are married to U.S. citizens could also potentially qualify for the process, according to senior administration officials who debrief reporters on the condition of amnesty. Oh, so you don't want to reveal yourself. Okay, all right. So there is no requirement on how long the couple must have been married, but no one becomes eligible after Monday. That means immigrants who reach that 10-year mark after Monday will not qualify for the program, according to officials. Senior administration officials said they anticipate the process will be open for applicants by the end of the summer. Fees to apply have yet to be determined. So, yeah, well, Joe Biden will have a whole bunch of new voters in America, you know, and yeah, I started over the last week online. I started seeing DACA again over these last few days. You know, if you've been out there looking at the articles, you would have seen DACA out there. So they're raising DACA again. and that was ripped off from us. That actually came from Dr. Martin Luther King, and they stole it and put it on the immigrants. DACA was never meant for immigrants, but it just goes to show you, see, this is more proof why we need reparations, because so much has been stolen from us and continue to be stolen from us even to this day. And it's this government that is doing the stealing in many cases. So, y'all, yes, Joe Biden is getting his new voters in order up in here. That's exactly what he's doing. So he's opening the door to fast track these people to citizenship. And look, it didn't take much for him to do it other than an executive order. Now, if he can executive order something like that, he can executive order our reparations, period. So, Thaddeus Peterson, thank you for becoming a new channel member. Thank you. So, y'all, I'm not surprised. This was to be expected. And you can best. Joe Biden is he's such a Captain Obvious, man. We all saw this coming. We all saw this coming. People were chattering about him making these illegal citizens back in 2022, 2023. We saw this coming a mile away, and we knew this would be done. Now, don't be surprised if another million or 500,000 are made citizens before November 5th. Don't be shocked. This man is a trip. I don't care how much he freezes. He sure don't freeze on this illegal immigration stuff, does he? So, yo, this man is a trip. And the White House is denying that he froze. They're saying that was a lie when Obama clearly guided him off of the stage. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. I deeply appreciate your support. If you have not noticed, I got the hair products for the next day. But you know what? I might extend it for the week. I have it 20% off on Etsy and $5 off on the 4-ounce hair oil over on Walmart. So I got it until the 20th, but I'm thinking about extending it for the entire week. That way you can all have an opportunity to get those discounts. And thank you to the people that are emailing me, letting me know you are seeing results already from the hair growth products that I have. So thank you. That means a lot. It really does. You should see results in about a month if you're very diligent in using it. So everybody, please enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll come back together again with a different topic. Shalom, family.